Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a tutorial using the Sigma Warm Neutrals Volume 2 palette. They have Volume 1 and they just came out with the second one. So I did a look with it on my Instagram. You guys really loved it. So I thought I would do a tutorial on my YouTube channel. This look is very fall appropriate. So if you would like to see how to get this makeup look, then just keep on watching. Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So we're going to start with foundation, and I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r foundation. I'm not gonna prime because I did use my moisturizer and I just don't feel like having on a bunch of layers. So I moisturized first with my Drunk Elephant La Retro Whipped Cream moisturizer, and now I'm just going in with foundation. And my normal foundation brush is dirty, so I'm just going to use something else just because I didn't feel like cleaning my brush last night, so it's dirty still. I'm just going to use the Sigma F83 brush. It's actually pretty cool. You can see how it's like doop doop doop. So I'm going to try this out and see how I like it. And then for concealer, I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer in the shade Medium Dark Neutral. And I told you guys before my opinion on this concealer, but after a while you learn a little bit more about a product, so your opinion might change. My opinion now of this concealer is that it's still a nice concealer. The only difference is that it's supposed to be a 24-hour modern matte finish concealer, and I kind of feel like it doesn't keep that modern matte finish for 24 hours. I get oily in my T-zone and next to my nose and on my nose the same amount of time as my other concealers, so I don't think that the modern matte finish stays. But the concealer is still pretty good. It doesn't last like it says, you know. But it doesn't say long wearing concealer, so I don't even know if that's what they mean by 24-hour modern matte finish. I don't know if that's what they mean. And I have to remember I have to blend in the concealer on my nose pretty fast because it dries fast. And then I'm like, no, don't dry it. My stomach is growling and I'm really excited because I haven't been having an appetite these past few days. Maybe even this past week. It's kind of, I think it's just a lot of things on my mind to where, you know, I am eating, but it's because I know it's time for me to eat, not because I'm hungry, you know. So I'm excited that I'm hungry. Okay, so I think that concealer is blended in, Taylor. Move on. Now I'm going to actually use the Urban Decay Deep Neutral. I did this in my previous makeup tutorial with the Full On Glam with the Stunna lip paint. I did this and I really liked the color, so I'm gonna do it again today. And this stuff is very pigmented, so I used a little too much on one side of my face in that video. So I just did one little swipe. You see how much, like that one little thing is like, whoa. So I'm kind of making sure that I blend this product upwards and not blending it all over. I'm doing upward motions, and I'm using a Sigma F79 brush if you're curious. So yeah, I'm just making sure I blend it upwards and into my temples so it blends really nice and doesn't just look like a harsh contour right here. I do want to make sure I blend it upwards. And I'm kind of gonna just do a blending motion. So I started here and now I'm blending over here. Now I'm blending over here. Oh, I didn't blend all the way right there. It just blends out really nice. Like that looks so nice up there. Then just blending up. Ooh, my hand is tired. It's really cold outside today. I think it's 40 degrees right now. I hope my coat is dry because I washed it. And it's gonna be pretty terrible if it's not dry. Okay, skin is looking really nice. I like this. I like it. Now I'm actually gonna go in with my contour before I set my concealer. I actually wanna do that first. So I'm going to use the Smashbox Medium Dark Contour Kit. You guys know I've been using this a lot lately. pretty much just the contour powder right here is the main one that I've used. I've tried this and this one actually isn't bad of a color, but I find that I do have oily skin, so pressed powders like this don't keep my oiliness from peeking through throughout the day. So I like to use loose powders to set my face because I think it absorbs the oil a lot better. So anyway, and then I think this one is just a little too more like a blush than it is a bronzer, because it's supposed to be a bronzer. So if I was to use this, I would use this as a blush, but mainly I just really love this shade right here. And then to apply my contour powder, I use the Sigma F50 brush, and it is a dual fiber brush. And the reason why I like to use a dual fiber brush for this step is because dual fiber gives you a more light coverage of the product. I want the contour shade, but I don't want it super intense. If I use a normal contour angled brush like this, it would kind of pack on the product, and that's not what I want to do with a contour. You want to do that sometimes with a bronzer, depending on what look you're going for. But for contour, I just like to have it a bit more of a light coverage. So then I just go in with a light hand, go at the bottom of that concealer that I used, do the same thing on this side. It just really gives that chiseled cheekbone look. You don't need a lot of this product because it gets the job done very quickly. Then after that, I like to go in with a bronzer to just warm up my skin and set the concealer that I used for contour everywhere else on my face. Today, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Shape Shifter. I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It kind of looks light, like it almost looks like it kind of matches my skin tone. But when you put it on, it's a different story. It gives you a really nice bronze look to your skin. Now to set my concealer, I'm going to use the CoverGirl Loose Setting Powder, and I have mine in the shade Translucent Medium. I should know that by now. I'm still looking for the name. I should know that. But yeah, so I'm going to use this powder. And it's a really, really nice powder. I like the shade of it. Beyond just setting this concealer, it also gives a really nice blurring effect. So I like this powder for that. And so I'm just going to set the concealer everywhere where I put it, and I kind of bring it down on my smile lines and on my chin. Just set my nose and take a little bit more of that powder, set my forehead. Everything is set. Now we can move on to brows, and I'm going to fill them in with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist in the shade Brunette. I'm actually going to go in with a little brow powder from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm going to just go directly on top of that. And I'm just adding this brow powder just to fill in the areas that that pencil didn't get. So brows done. I'm not going to clean them up because that pencil does a really good job of creating a sharp line underneath there. So I'm just going to set my eyelids to prepare for the eyeshadow that I'm going to use on top of them, because I did apply foundation when I was blending in my foundation on my eyelids. So for today's look, I'm using the Sigma Warm Neutrals Volume 2 eyeshadow palettes. And it is a really nice eyeshadow palette for the fall season and pretty much any time of the year, because you can still use some of these shadows for your crease colors as well as lid toppers for shimmer. And these shades never really go out of season, so you can use them all year round. So I'm going to start with the shade Toasty, and it comes with a mirror, so it's really good for on the go when you're traveling. And I'm just going to apply this into the crease and back and forth motions. And I drop the brush. I'm bringing it back and forth into my crease, and then I'm going to bring it down into the outer V as well. And this is the transition color. So you want to go for shades that are more of that lighter tone, lighter brown tone, just as the first shadow that you apply into the crease. The next shadow that I'm going to use is the shade After Hours. And with this shadow, it does come across like a bit of that greenish brown. But when I apply it to my eyes, it really picks up brown. So that's one thing about the palette that I wish that that shade looked like it does in the pan, with the greenish tone to it, but it's still a pretty eyeshadow. It's a really nice brown to just deepen up the crease with. So I'm just applying this shadow lower than the transition, because we want to make sure that the transition color is still visible and it transitions really nice into the brow bone. Then the next shadow I went in with is Russet. I think I'm saying that right. And it's just a burgundy brown kind of shadow, and it has a bit of shimmer in it, like pink specks of shimmer. So I'm taking this just on a Sigma E55 brush, and I'm applying this all over the empty spot on my lid. It's okay if it's a little messy on the inner corner because we're gonna blend that in with the previous brush. All right, so now that we've gotten that, I'm just gonna go back in with that brush and blend the inner corner. You don't want to add any more shadow because if you add too much, then it can make it really, really intense in the inner corner, and you just want to blend out the lid shade just a little bit. So just whatever's left over on the brush is fine. All right, and then I went in with Bittersweet, this shadow right here. And on a small brush, I applied this to the lower lash line, just right there on the inner corner. And then I'm gonna go in with that same brush that we used for the lid shade. And I'm gonna put a little bit of After Hours on there and then just apply this to the lower lash line. And then I didn't wear any lashes. I just applied mascara, and I used the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. So I'm just gonna apply a coat of this on the top and bottom lashes. So for lips, I'm going to line them with MAC Chestnut Lip Pencil and fill in the center with Black Up Cosmetics Lip Lacquer in the shade VL09. I don't remember if I used blush or not, but I want to use it today. So I'm going to use my favorite, which is the Sephora Collection Hot Flush Blush. Just going to apply it right here on the apples. Had to go put on my hoops to just finish off the look. So this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you're interested in picking up this eyeshadow palette, I will have the link and my coupon code down in the description box, TAYLORANISE. Thank you guys so much for the support that you've given me over the last few years. You guys are truly, truly special, and I just appreciate it so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe, and I promise I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.